I'm wondering, Rick, so you're the former director of national intelligence, and you tweeted this out a day ago that the legacy media isn't reporting that Vladimir Putin just endorsed Joe Biden for re-election. What do you make of that? Why is the media avoiding it? And do you think the American people buy all the spin?
No, they don't buy all the spin. Imagine for a second if Vladimir Putin had said that he endorsed Donald Trump. We would be on day 9 of the New York Times front page headlines, evaluating every single angle to that. But the reality is that Washington, D.C., where I am, all of the newsrooms are just ignoring the fact that Vladimir Putin came out and said, I want Joe Biden because Joe Biden is predictable and he's exactly what we know he will do every little step that we know that he'll do. And so what does that mean? That means for countries like Russia or any country in the Middle East, they can predict him. They can predict what he's going to do. And so they're reacting already because he is an actual a person who actually does what everybody knows he's going to do, which is this far left woke ideology. And when it comes to foreign policy, it's a weak response. It's half a response constantly.
So, Rick, I want you to take a listen to this. This is Congressman Jamie Raskin talking about Russia. Take a listen.
Russia hoax, Russia hoax. What part of it is the hoax? Is it the war in Ukraine? Is it the death of Navalny? There's not a Russian hoax. There's been a series of efforts by Vladimir Putin to destabilize and undermine American political democracy, and he's done the same thing in other countries around the world.
Yeah, Rick, what do you make of all this? Because at this point, it's just laughable.
Well, yeah, that's just a pathetic answer. Honestly, he needs to go back and read a little bit of history. It's the Democrats and Joe Biden who dropped the sanctions on Nord Stream 2 pipeline as soon as they came in. That's Putin's pipeline. That's a Russian pipeline. They dropped sanctions on that. That's one of the reasons why Vladimir Putin came out and said, I want Joe Biden. He's dropped the sanctions on this Russian pipeline that was going into Europe, by the way, at the request of German Chancellor Angela Merkel. And so this is the weakness that really launched us into the war in Ukraine. What I would say to that individual, I think you said he was a congressman, he needs to go back and look at the history of Vladimir Putin when it comes to American presidents, because he certainly didn't invade. Putin didn't invade when Donald Trump was president. He did it when Democrats were president, when Obama was there, and now when Biden is there. So I think the facts show that Donald Trump is credible, he's unpredictable, and world leaders don't like that.
Rick, tomorrow will mark 2 years since Russia attacked Ukraine. Remarkable how fast 2 years has gone by. And now we've got this $95 billion plus spending bill that's stalled in the House. The Wall Street Journal reporting now that the fate of Ukraine could rest on Speaker Mike Johnson's shoulders, which to me I think is maybe a little melodramatic. What do you think needs to happen in order for Congress to make sure that Ukraine gets the funding that they need?
Well, I'm not sure that the question is we have to make sure that Ukraine gets the funding they need. First of all, I'll start by saying we all know that Vladimir Putin is a madman. We don't want to support him, but he's supporting Joe Biden. He wants Joe Biden to win the presidency. I think that's a really important point. But I would go back and just, first of all, thank the American people because they've given hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine already. And I think that's amazing. Very generous. But I do think that we don't win wars just by money. And we don't want to get ourselves into this 20-year Iraq, Afghanistan example here. And so what I would say is every single war is going to end with some sort of a peace deal. So we need to start working on this peace deal. I don't understand why Anthony Blinken, our Secretary of State, is not offering ideas.